Hey there, Golden Health family. Have you ever noticed that picking up a bag of groceries or climbing the stairs feels just a little harder than it used to? Maybe you've caught a glimpse of your arms in the mirror and thought, where did my strength go? If you're over 60, I'm here to tell you something that might surprise you. Your muscles could be slipping away, and it's not just because of age. There's one sneaky thing missing from so many diets that's quietly are stealing your strength, and it's a vitamin you might not even think about. Stick with me, because today we're diving into why this happens, what this mystery vitamin is, and exactly what you can do to keep your muscles strong, your energy high, and your confidence soaring. This is all about helping you live your best, most vibrant life, and I'm so excited to share this with you. Now let's get real for a moment. I remember visiting my Aunt Clara last summer. She's 72, full of spunk, and always the life of the party. But she pulled me aside one day and said, I don't feel as strong as I used to. I want to keep up with my grandkids, but my body's not cooperating. That broke my heart because I know Clara's not alone. So many of us notice that our muscles don't bounce back like they did in our 40s or 50s. And here's the kicker. It's not just about lifting weights or staying active, though those help. There's a hidden piece of the puzzle that so many seniors miss, and it's all about what's on your plate. Today we're going to uncover that piece and give you practical, doable steps to turn things around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fuel your body to stay strong and keep doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, dancing, or chasing after those grandkids. Let's start with why your muscles are disappearing. In the first place, as we age, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass. A fancy term for this is sarcopenia. It's like your muscles are slowly retiring without your permission. But here's the thing. It's not just about getting older. Your diet plays a massive role in how fast this happens. And the number one culprit? Not getting enough of a specific vitamin that your muscles absolutely need to stay strong and healthy. That vitamin is vitamin D. Yes, the sunshine vitamin isn't just for your bones, it's a superhero for your muscles too. Without it, your muscles can weaken, leaving you feeling tired, unsteady, or even achy. And let me tell you, I've seen this firsthand. My neighbor Tom, who's 68, was always complaining about feeling off and weak. Turns out he was barely getting any vitamin D because he spent most of his days indoors and wasn't eating the right foods. Once he made some simple changes, he was back to his old self, hauling mulch for his garden like a champ. So why is vitamin D such a big deal for your muscles? Think of it like the spark plug in a car. Your muscles need vitamin D to contract properly, repair themselves after activity, and stay resilient. Without it, they're like a car running on fumes. They sputter and stall. Research shows that seniors with low vitamin D levels are more likely to lose muscle mass faster and even have trouble with balance, which can lead to falls. And nobody wants that. The good news? You can boost your vitamin D levels without needing a medical degree or a complete diet overhaul. It's about small, smart choices that add up to big results. Let's talk about the first way to get more. To have this muscle-saving vitamin, sunlight. I know. Sunlight sounds too simple, right? But your body makes vitamin D when your skin is exposed to sunlight, and it's one of the easiest ways to top up your levels. Now, I'm not saying you need to bake in the sun for hours. That's not safe, especially for our skin as we age. Just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight on your face, arms, or legs a few times a week can make a huge difference. Picture this. You're sitting on your porch with a cup of coffee, soaking in the morning rays while listening to the birds. That's not just relaxing, it's literally building your muscle strength. My friend Susan, who's 65, started taking short morning walks in her neighborhood, letting the sun hit her arms and face. She told me she feels stronger and more energized, and she's even noticed she's steadier on her feet. The key is to aim for early morning or late afternoon sun to avoid the harsh midday rays, and always wear sunscreen if you're out longer than 15 minutes. But what if you live somewhere cloudy or you're not big on going outside. That's where food comes in, and this is our second big point. You can get vitamin D from certain foods, and they're easier to add to your diet than you might think. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines are packed with vitamin D. I get it. Sardines might not be everyone's cup of tea, but hear me out. A small can of sardines on a salad, or mashed onto toast with a little lemon. It's surprisingly tasty and gives you a vitamin D boost that your muscles will thank you for. Other great options are egg yolks. Yes, that sunny yellow center in your morning scramble. And fortified foods like milk, orange juice, or cereal. These are foods that have vitamin D added to them, so check the label to be sure. I started adding a glass of fortified orange juice to my breakfast, and it's such an easy way to sneak in more of this vitamin without feeling like I'm dieting. Let me share a quick story about my Uncle Ray, who's 70. He loves his fried eggs and toast every morning, but he was tossing the yolks because he thought they were bad for his cholesterol. When I told him those yolks were a goldmine for vitamin D, he started eating them again, and he swears he feels stronger when he's out mowing the lawn. The thing is, you don't need to eat a ton of these foods. Just a little bit consistently can work wonders. Try adding one vitamin D-rich food to your day, like a piece of salmon for dinner or a fortified yogurt for a snack. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Now, we've covered sunlight and food, but there's one more piece to this puzzle that's super important, and it's all about making sure your body actually uses the vitamin D you're getting. That's where things like absorption come into play, and don't worry, I'm not going to get all sciencey on you. Let's just say that as we age, our bodies can sometimes struggle to absorb nutrients like vitamin D as well as they're used to. That's why pairing your vitamin D with the right habits can make it even more effective. For example, eating vitamin D-rich foods with a bit of healthy fat like avocado, olive oil, or nuts helps your body soak it up better. Think of it like giving your muscles a VIP pass to all that vitamin D goodness. I'll never forget when I started drizzling a little olive oil on my salmon salads. It's such a small change, but I noticed I had more pep in my step, and my legs felt less wobbly when I was out walking my dog. It's these little tweaks that can add years of strength to your life. And here's a pro tip. Try to spread your vitamin D intake throughout the week rather than loading up all at once. Your body loves consistency, and your muscles will reward you for it. We're just getting started, and there's so much more to share about how vitamin D can transform your strength and energy as a senior. I'm going to dive into a few more ways to make sure you're getting enough of this vitamin, plus some surprising habits that might be sabotaging your efforts without you even knowing. Keep watching, because you're going to walk away from this video feeling empowered and ready to take charge of your health. Let's keep the momentum going. I hope you're feeling fired up about taking charge of your muscle strength with vitamin D. We've already talked about how this incredible vitamin is like a secret weapon for keeping your muscles strong and your energy high as you age. Now, let's keep the momentum going and dig into some more practical ways to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, plus a few sneaky habits that might be holding you back. My goal is to make this so simple and doable that you'll feel like you can start today, because you absolutely can. Whether you're watching this while sipping your morning tea or relaxing after a walk, I'm right here with you, cheering you on to live your strongest, most vibrant life. Let's pick up where we left off and talk about another super practical way to boost your vitamin D levels: supplements. I know the word supplements can sound a bit intimidating, like you need a PhD to figure out what to take, but trust me, it's not as complicated as it seems, and for many seniors, a vitamin D supplement can be a game changer. As we age, our skin doesn't make vitamin D from sunlight as efficiently as it used to, and it's harder to get enough from food alone. That's where a supplement steps in to fill the gap. My friend Linda, who's 67, was feeling sluggish and achy all the time. She went to her doctor, who checked her vitamin D levels and found they were super low. Linda started taking a daily vitamin D supplement, and within a few weeks she was back to her Zumba classes, moving like she was 50 again. So, how do you choose the right supplement? First, look for vitamin D3, also called cholecalciferol, because it's the form your body absorbs best. You'll see it on the label, and it's widely available at pharmacies or grocery stores. The dosage can vary, but for most seniors, 800 to 2000 IU per day is a common range. That said, everyone's body is different, so it's a good idea to chat with your doctor before starting any supplement. They might even run a simple blood test to check your vitamin D levels and recommend the perfect dose for you. I remember, when I got my levels checked, it was such a relief to know exactly what my body needed. It felt like I was giving my muscles a personalized boost. Here's a quick tip to make supplements easy. Pair them with a meal that has some fat, like a slice of avocado toast or a handful of almonds. Remember how we talked about fat helping your body absorb vitamin D? It works for supplements too. I keep my vitamin D3 bottle right next to my coffee maker, so every morning I pop one with breakfast and don't even have to think about it. It's become as routine as brushing my teeth. And let me tell you about my cousin George, who's 71. He was skeptical about supplements at first, but he started taking vitamin D3 with his morning oatmeal. Now he's out there playing pickleball twice a week, and he swears he feels stronger and steadier on the court. Small changes, big results. Now let's shift gears and talk about something that might surprise you. Some everyday habits could be sabotaging your vitamin D levels without you even realizing it. One of the biggest culprits? Spending too much time indoors. I get it. Life gets busy, or maybe you're not a fan of the heat or cold. But if you're cooped up inside all day, you're missing out on that free vitamin D from sunlight. I saw this with my neighbor, Mrs. Patel, who's 69. She loves her cozy reading nook by the window, but she rarely stepped outside. She started feeling weak and tired, and her doctor pointed out that her vitamin D was low because she wasn't getting any sun exposure. Mrs. Patel made a simple change. She started sitting on her balcony for 10 minutes a day, reading her book, in the fresh air. That little habit helped her feel stronger and even lifted her mood. Here's an easy way to break the indoor rut. Find an outdoor activity you enjoy, even if it's just for a few minutes. Maybe it's watering your plants, taking a short stroll around the block, or having a chat with a neighbor on your front porch. My Aunt Marie, who's 74, started feeding the birds in her backyard every morning. It's her sunshine time, and she says it's not just good for her muscles, but also makes her heart happy. The key is to make it fun and sustainable, so it doesn't feel like a chore. If you're worried about mobility or safety, bring a friend or use a sturdy chair for support. You don't need to run a marathon. Just let the sun work its magic. Another habit that can sneak up on you is relying too much on processed foods. I'm not here to judge anyone's grocery cart. Trust me, I love a good cookie as much as the next person. But if your diet is heavy on packaged snacks, frozen meals or fast food, you're probably not getting much vitamin D. Those foods are often low in nutrients and can crowd out the good stuff your muscles need. I learned this the hard way when I was grabbing quick microwave dinners during a busy month. I felt sluggish, and my legs were aching more than usual. Once I swapped in some vitamin D-rich foods, like canned salmon or fortified yogurt, I could feel the difference. Here's a simple swap to try. Instead of a processed snack, reach for something naturally rich in vitamin D or fortified with it. For example, trade those chips for a small bowl of fortified cereal with milk, or swap a candy bar for a yogurt parfait with some nuts sprinkled on top. My friend Carlos, who's 66, started keeping a stash of fortified Greek yogurt in his fridge for afternoon snacks. He says it's like a treat, but it's secretly helping his muscles stay strong. You don't have to overhaul your whole diet. Just add 1 or 2 vitamin D-friendly foods to your week and build from there. Let's talk about one more key point: staying active to make the most of your vitamin D. Now, I'm not saying you need to hit the gym like a bodybuilder, unless that's your thing, in which case go for it. But gentle movement helps your muscles use vitamin D more effectively. Think of it like this: vitamin D is the fuel, and activity is the engine that puts it to work. Even light exercises like walking, stretching, or chair yoga can help your muscles. Stay strong and responsive. I saw this with my Uncle Joe, who's 73. He started doing a 10-minute stretching routine in his living room every morning, paired with his vitamin D supplement. He told me he feels less stiff and can get up from his recliner without that usual groan. If you're new to exercise, start small. Try a 5-minute walk around your house or a few gentle arm raises while watching TV. There's no rule that says you have to sweat buckets to see benefits. My friend Diane, who's 68, started doing chair exercises she found online, and she pairs them with her daily vitamin D3. She says she feels like her old self again, and she's even started dancing with her husband in the kitchen. The point is, movement and vitamin D are a power couple for your muscles, and you can make them work for you in a way that feels good. We've covered a lot of ground, from supplements to sneaky habits and the magic of movement, but there's still more to share about how you can protect your muscles and keep your strength as a senior. I'm going to dive into some final tips, including a surprising way to boost your vitamin D that you might not have thought of, plus how to avoid a common mistake that so many people make. You're going to love how simple and empowering this is, so keep watching. We're not done yet. You've stuck with me this far, and I'm so proud of you for investing in your health and strength. We've been diving deep into how vitamin D is like a superhero for your muscles, helping you stay strong, steady, and full of energy as you embrace your golden years. Now we're going to round things out with some final tips to make sure you're getting the most out of this incredible vitamin, plus a surprising way to boost your levels that you might not have considered. By the end of this, you'll feel empowered to take action and keep doing the things you love, whether that's playing with your grandkids, tending to your garden, or just feeling confident in your own skin. Let's dive in and finish strong. 1. Thing I haven't mentioned yet is how your gut health can play a big role in making sure your body actually uses the vitamin D you're getting. It's like this: even if you're soaking up sunlight, eating salmon, or taking a supplement, your body needs a healthy gut to absorb that vitamin D properly. As we age, our digestive systems can get a bit finicky, and that can make it harder to get the full benefits of nutrients. I saw this with my friend Margaret, who's 70. She was doing all the right things, taking her vitamin D3, eating fortified yogurt, but she still felt weak and tired. Her doctor suggested she focus on gut-friendly foods, and it was like flipping a switch. She started feeling stronger and more energized, and she's back to her weekly book club with a spring in her step. So how do you keep your gut happy to support your vitamin D absorption? It's simpler than you might think. Foods rich in probiotics, like yogurt, kefir, or even a little sauerkraut, can help keep your gut in tip-top shape. You don't need to go overboard. Just adding a small serving of these foods a few times a week can make a difference. I started having a scoop of plain Greek yogurt with some berries for breakfast, and not only does it taste like a treat, but I know it's helping my body make the most of my vitamin D. If you're not a fan of fermented foods, you can also try fiber-rich options like whole grains, fruits, or veggies, which keep your gut moving smoothly. My Uncle Frank, who's 72, swears by his morning oatmeal with a sliced banana. It's his gut health secret, and he says it's helped him feel stronger when he's out fishing. Now, let's talk about a surprising way to boost your vitamin D that I bet you haven't thought of: mushrooms. Yes, those little fungi can be a vitamin D powerhouse, but there's a catch. You have to choose the right ones or treat them a certain way. Some mushrooms, like maytake or chanterelles, naturally have a bit of vitamin D, but here's the cool part. If you expose any mushroom to sunlight, it can produce vitamin D just like your skin does. I learned this trick from a farmer at my local market. All you do is set your mushrooms, like plain white button ones or cremines, out in the sun for a few hours before cooking them. Slice them up, place them on a tray, and let them soak up. The rays. It's like giving your mushrooms a sunbath. I tried this with my neighbor Sam, who's 66 and loves cooking. He was skeptical at first, but he started sunning his mushrooms before tossing them into his omelettes. He told me he feels like he's got more stamina when he's out walking his dog, and he loves knowing he's sneaking in extra vitamin D. You can add these sun-treated mushrooms to soups, stir-fries, or even a salad, and they're an easy, budget-friendly way to support your muscles. It's like a little kitchen hack that makes you feel like a health wizard. Just make sure to store them in the fridge after their sun session, so they stay fresh. Another key point I want to share is avoiding a common mistake that so many seniors make, assuming all vitamins work the same way. Vitamin D is special because it acts more like a hormone in your body, and taking too much or not enough can throw things off. I've seen people go one of two ways. Either they skip supplements because they think they're getting enough from food, or they take super high doses without checking with a doctor. Both can cause problems. Too little vitamin D and your muscles weaken. Too much and you might deal with side effects like nausea or even kidney issues. My cousin Betty, who's 68, learned this the hard way. She was popping high-dose vitamin D pills she bought online, thinking more was better. She started feeling off and her doctor explained that she was overdoing it. Now she sticks to a moderate dose her doctor recommended, and she's feeling stronger than ever. The fix here is simple. Balance is key. If you're using supplements, stick to the recommended dose, usually 800 to 2000 IU for seniors, unless your doctor says otherwise. And don't forget to combine supplements with those other sources we've talked about, like sunlight and food, so you're not relying on just one method. It's like building a strong house. You need a solid foundation, not just one big brick. I keep a little journal where I jot down my vitamin D habits, when I get sun, what foods I eat, and when I take my supplement. It helps me stay consistent, without feeling overwhelmed, and it's kind of fun to see my progress. One last tip before we wrap up. Don't underestimate the power of checking in with yourself. As seniors, we sometimes brush off feeling tired or weak as just aging, but that's not always the full story. Low vitamin D could be part of the puzzle, and paying attention to how you feel can be a clue. Are you struggling to open jars? Do your legs feel heavy when you walk? These could be signs your muscles need more vitamin D. I started noticing I was huffing and puffing more when I climbed my stairs, and that's what pushed me to get my levels checked. It was such an eye-opener to realize I could do something about it. If you're feeling off, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. They can run a quick test and help you figure out what's going on. All right, let's bring it all together. You've got the tools to keep your muscles strong and your energy high with vitamin D. From soaking up a little sunshine to eating foods like salmon or sun-treated mushrooms, from taking a smart supplement to keeping your gut healthy, you're armed with simple, practical steps that fit into your life. And the best part? These aren't huge, overwhelming changes. They're small tweaks that add up to big results. I think of it like tending a garden. A little care every day, and you'll see your strength bloom. You deserve to feel confident, capable, and ready to take on whatever brings you joy, whether it's dancing at a family party or just enjoying a walk in the park. I want you to take one step today. Maybe it's setting out some mushrooms in the sun, having a yogurt snack, or calling your doctor to check your vitamin D levels. Whatever it is, you're not just helping your muscles, you're investing in a stronger, happier you. And if you found this helpful, I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me reach more people like you who want to live their best lives. Drop a comment below and let me know what you're going to try first, or share a story about how you're staying strong. I read every single one, and they inspire me to keep going. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a video from Golden Health. We're in this together. Thank you for being part of this amazing community. You're not just aging, you're thriving, and I'm so honored to be on this journey with you. Keep shining, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.